But anyway, we got a roadmap roundup that happened yesterday. I had no idea that it even happened until this morning. I totally forgot about it because the last few roadmap roundups have been kind of, yeah, we don't have any updates. But chat's telling me apparently there's some updates that we should care about. So let's see. The first thing I see right at the bottom. Oh, let me switch windows. There we go. The first thing that I see is RSI Zeus MK2CL. This is a different Zeus, correct? Or isn't the Zeus MR the one that comes with IAE? Or ES? Or yeah, so what's the timeline on? Because I'm not a ship enjoyer anymore, especially not the more recent ones that are like, you know, the power creepy, all this stuff. ES was the first. Okay. When is the ES planned for? November. Right? Or ES 4.0. We might have to take a look at the roadmap. Hold on. Let's take a look at release view. Here we go. Let's take a peek. Oh, I thought this was a link. Let's do an investigative journalism here. Let's do some investigations. Okay, yeah, the ES was originally, so now there's just 2 Zeuses that are going to be ready. That's all. That's the only difference. Okay. Easy peasy. No surprise here, acidic caves. In both Pyro and Stanton. I didn't even think about Pyro when I saw them. I only thought about like Ariel around Hurston. So we've seen sneak peeks of these. I'm not surprised at all. Rock caves were always in Pyro. Like, these were literally in the first Pyro playtest, so putting this on the roadmap is a little crazy to me, unless it's just a different looking rock. Yeah, and then asteroid bases. This is what? Asteroid bases. Implementing new asteroid bases scattered across space in asteroid clusters, gas clouds, and other areas of Pyro. So only Pyro. From exploration-type gameplay to mission-based locations, these bases include both constrained interiors for potential FPS conflicts, as well as space combat, while reaching or fleeing from the location. There's pictures of them in release view? All right. Oh my god. Locations? Is it a location? Because there's... Yeah. Brother, that is not a picture. What are you talking about? God. Oh boy. Space station's contested zones are a location feature coming in Pyro Space Station, including FPS gameplay with various layouts tailored for this purpose. The zones will feature a progression system requiring tokens to unlock different zones, giving access to the loot inside. Collect all of the tokens, and it will allow a player to open the final door and claim the grand prize. Okay. Yeah, what's the grand prize? Like a Pico with drugs in it again? Like, I am not going to get upset by this. All right? I'm not going to get upset by this. It is, we need more stuff like this. But we also need the prizes to mean something. So what would a prize be? I'm just curious what they think a prize is in their game. Right? So, yeah, and I think Tumblr in chat says grand prize equals a token to buy another ship as a pledge. That's what they've put out in the world more recently. You know what I mean? So, complains no progression, complains when they add progression. Oh, this is funny because you see the word progression. So this is, I don't know how to not take this and go absolutely insane on you, because or just the Star Citizen community, because here's what happens. They say the word progression system, and you think this is actual progression, right? This has nothing to do with character progression, your progression over the years and years that you would be playing the MMO. This isn't anything that I was talking about. When I complain or when I say this is what I think the game needs and what would make it better, it is not a progression system of finding tokens to unlock doors that might have a railgun behind them. Because of anything that might be a grand prize, literally the only item in the game is a railgun or something that somebody paid money for on the website, like a subscriber item, right? So what I'm trying to figure out here, and I'm not complaining, because we need content like this. Guys, this is, you ever watch like DayZ YouTube where you find a key to a bunker and then the door opens and there's an alarm that goes off and people are notified that, somebody's looting over here, and then it starts a fight, like that kind of stuff? That's all good content for a game. It's good content. Yeah, those are modded maps, but still it's content. I think they're modded maps based off of like Tarkov mechanics, right? I was going to mention Tarkov next. Find a key, open a door, shit like that, right? So this is all good stuff. Look at other good games, add the content from other good games. The only thing that I'm asking, and the hilarious thing from you, Twitch chatter, is what I'm looking for is what even is the progression here? What's a small prize versus a grand prize in Star Citizen? Because there are no prizes right now outside of money, right? So I'm very, that's very funny to me. Very funny to me that you read the word progression and you see progression system, so then all of a sudden Star Citizen has progression, right? It's embarrassing. Progression is a vandal mask, and I got mine from a crate, so I'm happy. So you're just trolling. Okay, cool. And that's it. That's it. Cool. I like this. There's a lot of work to go into this game for a grand prize to exist. And that's the thing, is it requires a lot of work to do this well, right? Because if the grand prize is better ammo, then it's all sorts of work. And if it's better armor, then it's a ton of work as well, right? Better weapon, all better weapons, less work. But if it's weapon caches or something like what is a grand prize? That's what I'm curious about. But I like the idea of like key unlocks and stuff like that. That's very cool. And I imagine, if you guys played the Pyro playtest, I think we know where these are going to exist. But yeah, so I don't know, man. I don't know. Every time I read this stuff, I'm like, do they get it? I don't know if they do, but hopefully they do. I think you start out with and somebody needs to do this. This was 12 months or so stuff from CitizenCon. The armor system. I mean, I would love to go back and rewatch that with you guys, because I think that out of all of the talks at CitizenCon 2023, the most important one and the most like flipping the game on its head and doing something different one was when they talked about vertical and horizontal progression with armor. That and they are hinting at it more and more lately. We heard Zach hint at it maybe 2 weeks ago on Spectrum that there's more stuff coming, but I think they're already doing the hiding for sitcom stuff. So I don't know, and yeah, we'll see. But the idea of like heavy armor or better heavy armor, better medium armor, better light armor, right? You're more stealthy in this light armor than you are in that light armor. Like that's the kind of stuff that I could see these being just badass, right? If I open a door and there's the best armor in the game there that's really hard to get and hard to come by, but I can also lose, that's awesome, right? That's awesome. That's what I want. So yeah, I was just questioning what a grand prize can even be when right now the only thing is money. So are you just going to put money behind there, or how do you even do that? So I'm curious what their thought process is and where they're going, and I'm sure we'll hear more about it leading up to 4.0. And I look forward to dissecting it way too much and everybody getting mad about it, because that's what I do, I guess. I don't know. Dissect and make people mad.